this is something I'm still trying to figure out, actually, because I always feel tired. And, you know, my best friend Sarah said the same thing. We were talking about, you know, I just caught up with her. She's not in the business at all. And I think I had mentioned to her months ago, yeah, I really want to take a break. And I was telling her about whatever next project I'm doing. She goes, oh, so you're really not taking a break, are you? I'm like, she really knows. I mean, and I don't know what it is. I just think, you know, again, it's the no thing.
It all comes back to that. No. That's right. So let me ask you this. What I'd love to do is dig a little bit deeper. Right. I'm going to do something that's called putting somebody on the hot seat. You ever heard of that concept before?
Oh, gosh, yes.
All right, I'm going to throw in one more question, and then we're going to wrap it up, because this has gone massively longer than we thought it would.
Sorry.
But no, don't apologize at all. Are you kidding? I'm having so much fun. I could go for another hour. I love this. But I'm going to ask one more question. It's an exercise that I run people through. It's a mental exercise.
Okay.
I want you to imagine that you get to jump in a time machine, and you get to meet with yourself on morning one of this next show. So I think you said it was April of next year that you would start this next show with Scott?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's going to be a similar situation where it's episodic, bunch of episodes. You're the person.
Actually, we don't know.
Oh, you don't know for sure, but it's going to be probably another one of these totally immersive big projects.
Something.
Right?
Sure.
And I know you probably can't give anything away. I wouldn't expect you to. But just in general, we're going to assume at the very least it's another Queen's Gambit, potentially even bigger in scope and more responsibility. Potentially. Who do you want Michelle to be the first morning she sits in the chair? Because you specifically said, I don't even feel like I was recovered when I started the Queen's Gambit. Is that a pattern you want to repeat? Or do you want to show up to this next show on day one saying, oh my God, am I ready to cut again? I am so refreshed and rejuvenated, and I just ingested all this new knowledge from these films and these books and all these experiences that I've had during this sabbatical. I'm going to kick the crap out of this versus, oh God, why did I just take that job? I'm exhausted. I've had like 2 weeks off, and now I got to do this again for another year? Like, which Michelle do you want to be on morning one?
Michelle A.
Knowing that that's what you could be missing out on, is that fear greater than the fear of filling the gap?
This is true. Yeah. That is probably what I need. Ugh. You know, it's hard. I mean, I know it's easy, and if it were just me, maybe it would be different. But well, maybe it can be talked about with the spouse.
I don't know any of the circumstances in your life. I can't see your bank accounts. I'm going to make no judgments about whether or not you should be or you have to be doing this. But I think there's a part of your gut that's saying this might be the time, and maybe I at least need to have a few discussions and do some problem solving, as you do as a storyteller, to see maybe this is the time to make it happen, because it certainly doesn't sound like it's going to happen next year.
That is true. That's true.
So we don't call it the hot seat for nothing.
Oh, Zach, I feel like I've gotten one of those, energy sessions. I forgot what they call it. It's like Reiki. Where they really get into you. And you're like screaming or something, but it's true. It's just one of these things that, deep inside, that's what I think about. And, a lot of people think about these things, because at some point, if you don't choose to do something about it, it will do it for you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, at some point, you're going to have a sabbatical. The question is it going to be on your terms?
Right, exactly.